One of the things about running a gym is there's a lot of variables in terms of fights. One fighter will fight lots of different kinds of opponent, and obviously every fighter is different. So I have to deal with that with every fight that we've got coming up. There are basic sort of rules and guidelines that I can follow, but really nothing's ever the same. When one of my fighters is fighting a certain fighter, I will of course look at videos of that fighter just to see what they're like. I want to see if they're Southpaw, I want to see if they're Orthodox, I want to see if they come forward or they go back, I want to see if they're particularly good with any particular technique, or if they even have any weaknesses. But I personally don't believe in worrying about what they're going to do to you. I think you have to make them worry about what you're going to do to them. If you start training to fight a style that's not your style because you think that that's going to work against a certain opponent, you're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage. You need to make your style better or more suited to that particular opponent. So whilst there are a lot of different guidelines that we can follow for different styles of opponent, I wouldn't necessarily say that you have to do the same thing every time, and I wouldn't necessarily say that you've got to worry about too much about what they're going to do to you. They should be more worried about you, okay? But basically we've got, I would say, 6 different types of opponent. We've got Orthodox, we've got Southpaw, we've got come forward, and we've got move back. Yeah, we've got aggressive and attacking, and then we've got defensive and countering. And any of those styles we have to have things in our arsenal to deal with. Okay. First thing I'll work on is just a few little basic tips on how to fight a Southpaw. If we're both Orthodox, we're both left hand foot forward, left hand forward, we're right, usually means we're right-handed. Right? What tends to happen is that my foot will be between his legs there, my front foot, and his front foot will be between my legs there. Okay? And the thing that we're usually trying to do, I've said this in other sections of the tutorials as well, is step outside the front foot, step outside there, okay? So as he's coming at me, I don't want to be walking back across the front of him there, because I'm walking into his right hand there, okay? And his right kick is powerful side. I want to be moving away from that side, okay? I want to be moving that way. So, if I'm fighting an Orthodox fighter, most of my movement wants to be that way, to my right, all right? And what I'm using to walk to my right, move to my right, is my right foot. I just turn that foot just slightly there, okay? So as he comes, turn the foot, come back to here. Not changing stance, not doing anything too complicated. It's not a big massive movement, it is just a little there, okay? What that means is that, for example, if I'm going to try to low kick him, if I stand in front of him here and I low kick him, I'll just block it. If I step slightly first, it's harder for him to block it, and even if he does block it, I'll kick the back of his leg, okay? So, just that little, very slight, very subtle movement, right? You watch the better ties, you watch some of the really strong fighters with good footwork, and a lot of the time it's just little slight movements of the body, a little slight movement of the body, a little slight movement of the body, which is important just to take myself away from his strong weapons and also make it so that he can't attack me as easily, right? Similarly, if he's Southpaw, right, he's standing that way. Immediately, my foot between his feet is a disadvantage because he can come straight through the middle at me there. He's got the advantage on me. He can kick me there with his strong side. As soon as you see that somebody's Southpaw, you need to start moving to your left. Left there, left there. Now I've got the advantage over him, just from about a 3-inch movement of my foot, okay? So he's gone Southpaw, I'm here, just step to there. Yeah. Obviously he wants to be there, so we're going to spend our time playing chess with where we are. We're playing chess with where we are. I want to move to that side, okay? One way I can, if he is southpaw, I can keep him this way and me that way, to use my left hook. Left hook's a good weapon to use against a southpaw, probably better even than the jab, alright? Because from here, boom, it means I have to step my left foot outside his right foot. It means he's moved slightly that way all the time, slightly that way, slightly that way. So, if he's southpaw, I want to be there. If he's orthodox, I want to be there. Either way, my front foot there in between, or my back foot there in between. So they're just very small but important things to think about if you're fighting a southpaw. You'll find that things work a lot better. Best way to do it, if you're fighting a southpaw and you haven't got any southpaws in your gym, is just to ask your training partners to throw some drills at you in southpaw stance, so that you get used to them coming that way, so that you can start to do it, and often even practice your own drills and your own combinations in southpaw, because that will help your body to learn which side's coming from where.